So that's one down.
One down.
Moving
Next one.
on. Yes. So this is, I think, the second Bollywood review since I think Paramount did one like years ago.
Our Bollywood correspondent left.
Yeah, Bollywood correspondent. Right. So this is Padmaavat. So this is a movie that's got a mainstream release actually over in England. Hence why I thought, let me go check it out. My friend was really keen, and I need someone else to watch it with. So I'm like, fine, I'll go.
A lot of people were talking about this.
Yeah, we went to Stratford actually watch it. It's actually sold out. I think that's the first time in my life that I've actually gone to the cinema. I felt like a bit of a...
There was a queue when I went to watch Black Panther, and there was a queue for Padmaavat.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, that's never happened to me before. Like, ever had to book in advance and, and we didn't watch it, so I'd watch it another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is a film, it's actually one of the biggest, it is the biggest Hindi movie ever made.
Wow.
I mean, financially, US-wise, it's not that big. It works at about $35 million, which sounds a bit small here, but for back there, it's the biggest. So this is a story of, it goes set in medieval times. What was it called? 1303 AD. So it's set back in the days.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is based on a poem called Padmaavat, which is about Queen Padmaavat, who is a very majestic, beautiful queen who believes in justice and honor. And so she gets married to the king of Rajput. He's essentially the good guy, to keep it simple. And his rival, which is Alauddin, which is like the king of the Mongols. So he's another army. He's played by Ranveer Singh. So he is like the evil guy. So, so set it all up, make it easy for you to understand. You got one king who's a good king, the king of Rajput, and then you got Alauddin, who's like the crazy guy. And then you got the queen. So Alauddin goes, you know what, I've heard stories about your queen. She's majestic. I want her. Pretty much, he's like, I need that.
That's how this works.
Yeah. So he's literally like, you know what, I've heard stories about her. She will be perfect as my queen. And he sets out thinking, I'm going to now take her. So the cast is Deepika. She is the main star here. She plays Queen Padmaavat. These names probably mean nothing to you.
No, but she was in like...
she was in Triple X. Return of Xander.
Yeah.
What a garbage movie.
So
Shahid Kapoor plays the king of Rajput, which is Rantan Singh, and Ranveer Singh? Yeah, Ranveer Singh plays Alauddin, and he is like some Jason Momoa looking guy actually.
Oh really?
He's massive.
Now I'm interested.
He's massive, ripped, got long hair. I'm like, this guy got a really good Jason Momoa kind of vibe to him. So that aside, you know what? I don't watch many Bollywood movies, but going into this, I'm like, you know what? I was impressed. I mean, it's quite an epic. It's very Game of Thrones like. So massive sword fights. You have a lot of politics. You've got the love angle, and it's very well done. You've got huge armies, huge set pieces. You can see definitely why this is like a massively financially backed movie. There isn't much song and dance to it. There are a few, obviously.
I was going to ask. I mean,
Yes.
it's a Bollywood movie. That has to be music in it.
But
How was it?
I mean, there are song and dance, of course,
Yeah.
but it's not overly done. It's only 2 or 3 scenes.
Maybe catering to the wider audience.
Yeah, I mean, the way it's going to have a global release, so we can't really fill it up. And also, it doesn't really fit the mood of the film. The film is set in the medieval days. There's a lot of violence and brutal murder, so you can't fill it rampacked. It's not your typical love story.
Yeah.
I loved Ranveer Singh as Alauddin. He is a jerk in this movie, but he does it in such a good way. Such an arrogant guy. You hate him. At the same time, you're like, you know what? He is such a good warrior. Like, end of the day, he's a warrior king, isn't he? So he's ruthless and you hate him, but at the same time, he pretty much carries the movie. I mean, Shahid Kapoor he's the good guy, and he actually does really well. You know what? I'm rooting for this guy. Hopefully he does win in the end, but he's just too nice.
Is he kind of eclipsed by...
Yeah, because he's very cookie cutter, you get me? Like, he plays by the law, he got his honor, like, that's all fair, but the other guy just so much more fun. Okay. And every scene he's in, you're like, you know what, I want to see what this guy gets up, because he's mental. And he'll get shot, he'll love it, he'll start laughing, I mean, there's one scene where, so they set out siege outside the palace, saying, you know what, until you come out and confront me, we're just going to sit out here. And then they shoot arrows at him, like, in the middle of the night, and he's just sleeping, like, you know what, shoot arrows at me, waking me up in the morning. So it's just mental like that. So, I mean...
go on to bad things about it?
Bad things.
I
mean, this is going to be probably running through in Bollywood movies. It's just too long. It's 2 hours 40 or something like that. I'm like, oh. I mean, it does really drag on. The pacing is really bad. And that's the one thing I can say. The storyline is really good, actually. It kept me engaged because you got the whole dynamic, you know, evil guy, bad guy, like, I want your wife. He's like, no, you can't have my wife. He sounds a bit petty, but he's so determined to see this queen. He just makes it really, really good. So you got that side of things, but it just takes forever. Sometimes movie just slows down to a halt, and you're like, you could really cut this all out because you don't need it. 2.5 hours. But like I said, running time in these movies is
always long.
It's always long. Yes, I think if you are someone seeing this movie for the first time, like a Bollywood film, be prepared because it does just like. Come on,
well, my friend at work went to see it with her mum. She was like, I've got to take my mum to see
of course.
this. And she absolutely loved it. She was like, the songs were great. You know,
the presentations are great. I mean, the music is great. The fighting scenes, the CGI is actually really well done.
Okay.
I mean,
it's not comical.
It's not the best, but you know, for the type of movie it is, you know, you're like, you know what, that's good. I don't mind it. Yeah, but you know,
props to you guys.
Exactly. I mean, the runtime is a bit of a headache, and I also think another thing that I didn't know was like the queen. So she's at the beginning of the movie. She's like in the forest, like shooting arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
So she's like a kind of like a
warrior.
Yeah, she's not just the queen who's going to be out. She's got a bit of feistiness to her, a bit of action, but they never really show any of that later on in the movie. So once all the action kicks in, all the murder, the death, she's still like, she's brave. Like, she's got her own way of being savvy. Like, she knows, she got smarts. She does put herself in danger, but I thought maybe they'll tease a bit of her action because, you know, they show her using a bow and stuff. So it's like, okay, maybe she might get involved. Nope, she stays a bit behind the scenes, but that's just something.
What's your roundup of it then?
My roundup is dazzling, but just too long.
Too long.
Yeah,
you're gonna go on about that.
I mean, if a movie's gonna be 3 hours long, it's got to be like Dark Knight level.
You know who else is long?
What?
No.
Wasteman Mole, man. It's I can't believe it. Second time, man.
Got to bring it up every single time.
Takes us 6 o'clock saying I can't make it. I'm like, are you joking? You should be halfway here. Like, but yeah, so, right, that's 2 down.
Last one.
Yeah, Bollywood movie. I'm not actually, you know, I'm into it now. You know what, much.
You're going to be our new Bollywood
I'm going to have
now.
to, unless our old one decides to make a dramatic return. Yeah.
Second dig of the night.
Though, you know, this is a bit of a change of scenery to me. It's not your typical rom-com. It's very, like I said, it's Game of Thrones like action. It's swords, horses, politics, backstabbing, love. So it's got it all. So yeah, if you want to change the scene from the usual Bollywood thing, you've got 3 hours to kill.
I mean, the closest thing to a Bollywood movie I've ever watched was that what was it? It was like the Pride and Prejudice one. But
Bride and Prejudice.
Bride and Prejudice, that was it. That's the closest thing I've ever seen to a Bollywood movie.
But that was ages ago, wasn't it?
That was a long time ago now.
But cool. So moving on, this is now for the, let's say the
big one.
The big one, yeah. Hence why it's at the end. So